Hello everybody, Handheld Gamer here. Welcome to another one. Today, for Switch It Up Sunday, I want to give my thoughts on a game I'm playing. I'm not finished, so I'm not going to give a review, but that game is Live Alive on the Nintendo Switch. So, without further ado, sit back and let's check it out. So here is Live Alive, a remake of Square Enix's 1994 RPG on the Super Famicom. Now this game never came to the West. It's an HD 2D pixel art remake, a role-playing game. Now the director is the famous Takashi Tokita. He did everything from Chrono Trigger to lots of Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 4, 5, 7, just to name a few. He's done many different things. He's worked for Square Enix since 1985, and he has some serious skills in making games, and fantastic writer, storyteller, and just all around fantastic designer. Now you can see a lot of influences from this game that are in Chrono Trigger. Now you play as 8 different characters spanning different eras in history, such as the prehistoric ages, the Middle Ages, the Wild West, Imperial China, Indo period Japan, the near future, present day, and distant future. This game has tons of references to such stories such as 2001 Space Odyssey, Aliens, The Western, The Wanderer, Street Fighter, Akira, and Final Fantasy, just to name a few. Fantastic writing. Takashi did a fantastic job. Takashi Tokita did a fantastic job on telling the stories. Each story is different, quite a bit different time periods, and the gameplay is totally different. Some you don't even have. There's even one game where you don't have combat. And I've beaten 4 stories so far. It's fantastic. It's basically like playing short stories, and somehow at the very end they're all going to wrap up and tie together in a nice bow. So I can't wait to see how this all ties together. But definitely fantastic. I started off playing this Western here, and I gotta say it was pretty cool. This is the reason I played this one first. Is this is the one I played in the 1994 version on the Super Famicom, the fan translated. This is the first story I played, so I was comparing it because I'm familiar with it. And the graphics, the HD 2D graphics, look fantastic. Like, as you can see, the landscapes, everything look beautiful. The horse riding, everything just looks fantastic. Really love the music score by Yoko Shimomura's. He did a fantastic job of doing a rearranged music score of the original and captured every episode or each different game you play in here with fantastic music to match the style, such as the Imperial China with all the musical instruments that you would find there and so on. So really fantastic. He did a good job. And Takashi Tokita did a fantastic job of telling a story, such as this prehistoric story. There is no words in this, no dialogue spoken. They're just grunts and stuff, but they capture a lot of emotion, and you can kind of see what the characters are, emotions and everything, without using words to express themselves. Fantastic. And as you can see, the pixel art looks fantastic. Really love the flames and the little you can kind of like see a little bit of a shimmering smoke in the background flying up. You see in a lot of levels this little bit of smoke and haze and things. It's like a cloud or something, and it just really adds to the game. And like you see the reflections and the light, and just everything about it just looks beautiful. It's really a beautiful HD 2D pixel art game. I really love it. And the gameplay, like I said, if you don't like one storyline, you can always save and go to another. So you don't have to finish that chapter if you want to go to the near, like I believe it was the game that I played was the near future, or it was the present. I think it was present future. Plays just like a Street Fighter game, an RPG Street Fighter, where you play as Ryu. Basically, want to be the greatest fighter in the world. So, pretty cool. Like as you can see here, it's fantastic the way you see the elephants and everything, chasing them down. Mammoths. I guess they're mammoths, not elephants, but the woolly mammoths are chasing them, and they're chasing them back and forth. There's little comedy moments in this game, great storytelling, fantastic game, done a fantastic job of capturing emotions and just telling a really good story. And the game is short. It's only about, to beat the whole thing, I think it's less than 20 hours I've heard, so I'm about halfway through, so pretty fantastic. Now as you can see, look at that beautiful scenery right there with the dinosaur skull there, and off in the distance you can see the desert. Here, really beautiful cave. That's just, everything's just really beautiful about this 2D HD pixel art, or HD 2D pixel art. Can't wait till they do the some of the Dragon Quest games I think they're doing, and they're going to be doing I think Final Fantasy 3 if I'm correct. So I can't wait to see what they do, because I think a lot of these games could use this HD 2D pixel art and then share it with the new generation, the stories of these fantastic games such as this one. This one's really great, and like I said, you can see the influences this had on Chrono Trigger in this game, and also Octopath Traveler and Triangle Strategy. So as you can see here, it's really fantastic. I really love the caves, the caveman here, the emotions they capture, and their emotions by jumping up and down, and things that they've done with this HD 2D pixel art. And there's bonus games inside this game here. I didn't really film it too much, but there is a couple of little fun bonus games mixed in with this, so it's a lot of fun in this storyline. It's a great story. It's got a funny ending. I'm not going to spoil any of these endings for you, because you should experience this game yourself. If you love RPGs, I think you'll really love this one. But as you can see here, like the flames and the embers flying off, it just looks great here, especially the bamboo and the blowing of the leaves in the wind, and how they did the background there, kind of blurred out, kind of showing off different levels in the background. That's just fantastic. And if you can see the town here, look how beautiful it looks. You can see everything from the little sun flares to the little bit of haze in the air, to basically capturing everything like a regular market you would see. So they did a good job of really polishing this and making it look beautiful. I'm really impressed. Even the little reflections everywhere that you can see from the sunlight. So great job. Even the little bit of movement to the wind, you can see blowing a little bit of smoke and little like debris in the wind. Just really great. This is a great storyline, whereas you play as a master who is getting older, so he needs to get students to pass on his legacy, pass on his kung fu, and teach them so they can carry on his legacy. And excuse my posting there in the background. Someone sent me a message alert. Anyways, as you can see here, really fantastic game. Really everything, every time I play any of these chapters so far, I'm just blown away by the graphics here and there. Now there is voiceovers. All the characters have voices, and those are a hit and miss. I'd say the voices in this game are definitely a hit and miss. There are some good ones and there are some not so great ones, but overall still a welcome addition to have voiceovers. It's going to be a hit and miss for it. Okay, so now back here, as you can see, this is the Street Fighter one. So this is the future now, or they call it present day, I guess they call it. This is present day, and it plays like a Street Fighter RPG. So you fight different fighters around the land there in different environments. Like this is a Muay Thai fighter, I believe. Then you fight a wrestler. You fight basically Street Fighter characters, and you're basically Ryu. So basically he wants to be the best fighter in the world and learn all the styles. And the only minor gripe that I have is there is a little bit of grinding. I like grinding myself, but there are people out there that probably don't like grinding, so you may have to go back after you beat the game, play it again to level up your characters, to grind a little more to get the ending, this ending at the end, because it all ties together somehow from different points of the history, all meet up and ties it together in a nice bow to finish up the story. And supposedly the ending is a very powerful and good ending, so definitely worth leveling up to check out, but people may be turned off by the grinding. But like I said, it's a little bit of a challenge too, I gotta say. The game, I was surprised that it was quite challenging, as in I died a few times in some of the chapters and I had to play it over. And I think that was in the I can't remember which storyline it was. Probably the Wild West actually is one that was the tough one for me. So I had a little trouble. So as you can see, it's got a Street Fighter. After you beat the fighters, you'll see their beat up face, and then they kind of talk just like Street Fighter. So it definitely has influences on Street Fighter, even though it's an RPG. And like I said, you'll see 2001 Space Odyssey, you'll see Akira, Aliens, just to name a few. And probably a bunch that I don't know or haven't seen yet, because I haven't done the stories. I didn't know the Western, because I didn't watch many Westerns as a kid, but The Wanderer. So there's probably some Clint Eastwood references and stuff, and there's Billy Gunn, or Billy the Kid in there. Billy the Kid. And like Max Morgan, you'll see a reference here to WWF Hulk Hogan, especially when it says "Okay, brother." So definitely has some nods to Hulk Hogan there. So Takashi Tokita must have been influenced by a lot of Western cultures, and you can tell it's in the 80s because there's Hogan and the movies and they're talking about. I believe the Caveman movie is BC, or the movie Caveman is what they're influenced by on that one. But this one, as you can see, you pick different moves, and after a while you may learn their move. So you may, after they do it a few times on you, may learn their move. And it'll tell you if sometimes if a move may stun them. Kind of gives you a little help out, like kind of like a little cheat off to the side up there. When you pick a move, it'll say they're resistant to it, or they may take extra damage from it. Kind of gives you a little bit of a hint there. So anyways, pretty cool game, definitely worth playing. Like I said, I'm going to give my final review when I finish it, and I probably have another 10 hours into it, so hopefully I'll finish it this week. Anyways, that is it for this episode. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, have a good one. Until next time, everybody, take care.